This video is sponsored by Fiverr. Today I'm hiring an expert to start a print-on-demand business for me on Etsy. He'll be setting up the shop, connecting my Etsy store to Printify, listing the products, creating the mockups, and optimizing for SEO. Let's see if a professional freelancer on Fiverr can take my store from $0 to a profitable business in just 7 days. Let's go. So a little context, YouTube is filled with gurus claiming you can make thousands of dollars per month by selling AI generated art on Etsy. So I tried it myself. Back in June, I generated over 70 wall art images using Midjourney. The challenge was to sell those images as digital downloads and see if I could make some money in 30 days. I ended up making around $26 in 1 month, but after deducting all the expenses, I was actually left with negative $15. And from there, my revenue just kept decreasing week after week. Now, I think the main problem was that I should have sold the images in physical format, since most customers won't bother taking the digital files to a print shop. So I just deactivated all the listings and decided to work on turning the store into a print-on-demand business. Print-on-demand means that when a customer orders an image from your Etsy shop, Printify will print that image, place it into a frame, and ship it directly to the customer. You don't need to hold any inventory or handle shipping. Everything is taken care of by the print provider. You just need to find the customers. Now, I didn't want to jump into this completely by myself because last time that didn't go so well, so I hopped onto Fiverr, where you can pay professionals to basically set up your Etsy shop for you. And based on the reviews, this seller looked legit. It looks like he set up over 50 shops already, he worked with Printify before, and he uses good mockups. Although he specializes in clothing stores, so we'll see how he does with wall art. So I messaged him and he quoted me $250 for 50 listings, which I ended up negotiating down to $200 since he didn't have to make the designs as I already had them from before. I sent him the images in a Google Drive link and gave him my Etsy and Printify login details. I also asked him to deliver the project in 7 days, which is a tight deadline for 50 listings, but hey, we're supposedly paying a professional here. And for the record, I am pretending to be a complete noob when it comes to selling on Etsy, and I'm not giving him any specific instructions. I basically leave the strategy and the optimizations entirely up to him, just like any beginner would. To make it extra realistic, I'm also being a bit difficult when it comes to giving him my login access, but the seller is being very communicative and professional up to this point. So now that he has everything he needs, we're gonna come back in 7 days and see if our shop is set up. Okay, so it's been 3 days and I just woke up to the seller telling me that the listings are done, which is an insanely fast delivery. So, I mean, let's see what we've got here. Okay, so we do indeed have 50 listings up on both our Etsy store and under our Printify profile. And I can see that the two accounts are linked, meaning that if we receive an order, Printify will handle everything. So it's all good so far. Now, looking at the listings right away, what I notice is that the seller actually took note of the fact that Christmas is around the corner, so he optimized the mockups for the holiday season. Thumbs up for that. Now, are these the highest quality, best mockups ever? No, but that doesn't mean they won't be effective on our customers. The second thing I see is the listings don't include multiple sizes for printing. Now, granted, I only gave the seller the designs in one size and the offer didn't include any potential resizing, so that's a mistake on my part, but we can easily add different sizes later. Third thing I noticed is about the descriptions, titles, and tags. So first, some of the titles are alright, but some of them seem a bit off, so we definitely need to make some changes to these ones. The descriptions do look to be on point, however, and they look SEO optimized, containing all the relevant keywords that the top sellers use. So thumbs up for that as well. Looking at the tags, again, they do look to be on point, but the seller didn't use all of the available 13 tags that we can use on Etsy, so this will require some tweaking. Now, when you do print on demand, you will also need to select a print provider from Printify's website. The print provider is the one who will handle the printing and shipping, and they can be based in the US, Europe, or any other parts of the world. Each print provider has their own pros and cons. For example, US-based print providers will obviously have higher cost of shipping to Europe and longer delivery times. In this case, the seller focused mainly on US customers by choosing Sensaria as the print provider who are based in the US. Now, I think this was a very sensible choice because I have read some very good reviews on Sensaria. The printing quality appears to be good and they're reliable when it comes to shipping the products on time. The seller also made sure to list the delivery times correctly as per the print provider's policies. But there is a slight problem here. The seller didn't include the shipping costs into the price of the products, so the customers would need to pay for shipping separately. Now, according to my research, the most successful print-on-demand shops offer free shipping, and they do that by either absorbing the shipping costs and dealing with a lower profit margin, or they simply add them into the price. We're gonna go for a half measure here and absorb about 30% of the shipping costs and include the rest into the price. So we're gonna ask the seller to make all these adjustments for us now, and we're gonna come back once that's all done. Okay, so now it's evening time, same day, and all the adjustments that I've requested are already up in my shop. So now all that's left is to start the clock and come back in 7 days to see if we've hit any gold. Okay, so it's now been 4 days since we've gone live with the shop, and just out of curiosity, I wanted to take a look at our dashboard and see if we have any sales. And surprise, surprise, no orders as of yet. So since we're kind of committed to a 7-day challenge here, I think I'm gonna have to run Etsy ads to boost our chances. And I'm also gonna run a 10% sale on all my products to give customers that extra bit of incentive. Let's set those up and we'll be back in 3 days time for the end of the challenge. Hopefully we'll see some movement. Okay, so it's officially been a week since we started this Fiverr print-on-demand challenge. To recap, we've had the seller set up our shop in just 3 days, about 1 day to optimize the listings and make some adjustments, and a total of 7 days of trying to reach customers. So I'm gonna log in now and see where we are. Okay, so we've actually had 2 orders come in, which, I mean, it's impressive considering the short amount of time that's passed. So our revenue is currently at roughly $90, which if we deduct all the costs, it leaves us with a profit of about $46. Now, while that isn't much just yet, it's already better than what I could manage with the digital version of this shop. And keep in mind that we are only offering one size prints and we have only 50 listings, so the shop is definitely in its very early infancy and we'll be working on it continuously to hopefully scale this to better numbers. But the ultimate question, is Fiverr worth it when it comes to setting up and handling your print-on-demand shop on Etsy? I mean, look, you save a ton of time by hiring someone else to upload your designs to both platforms. If you see my previous video, you know it took me a full week to upload 75 listings, whereas here we had 50 listings up in just 3 days. Granted, and if this wasn't obvious already, Etsy isn't a get-rich-fast overnight type of endeavor. We're still gonna need to spend time on our shop, improve, and add new listings to scale it up. But with that being said, if you'd like to try Fiverr out yourself, be sure to use my link down in the description. And if you'd like to hire the seller who set up my shop, I've included his page in the description box as well. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like me to do more challenges like this. Consider subscribing if you don't want to miss out on future content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.